Hello, dear friends. I hope you are having a wonderful day. It is a rainy day here in Maine, but any day is a good day in Maine. So I'm very excited to get to crafting with you on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. We're going to be playing with the gorgeous Majestic maple tree, which I'm super excited about. I love trees. I love leaves. In a floral arrangement, usually the flowers aren't the first thing I look at. It's those beautiful leaves. They're always the bridesmaid, not usually the bride, right? Those leaves are usually in the best supporting role, not the star of the show. So I love it when we can bring trees and leaves into as stars of the show. Nancy, I think we have about the same kind of weather going on, my dear friend. So I'm so excited to have you all here with me today, and we'll create some beautiful inspiration with this set. If you love this set, we also have a kit, Heartfelt Moments, Cards for Life's Milestones, that just finished. That this was one of the integral pieces of the kit, and it's absolutely fantastic. Some fabulous instructors in there. And we also just released yesterday the next part of that series, Heartfelt Moments, Cards for Comfort and Gratitude, I believe is the next one. So we're very excited to bring that to you as well, trying to help you get those cards built up for all those special occasions in your life. So if you like this, and you like things that you see here, make sure you check out our classes, because there's always so much more to learn and so much more fun to be had with fabulous instructors. And happy birthday to Carrie Ann. I just saw that it was your birthday today. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. I hope the Altenew crafty gnomes were very good to you for your birthday. Hopefully you got some nice Altenew goodies for your birthday. Nothing better than crafty goodies, right? Very excited. Yes, and Liz Ortiz will be making her debut in this newest class, one of our fabulous educators making a debut in Altenew Academy, so we're very excited for that. All right, everyone, are you guys excited to get crafting? I'm going to move you down to my workspace. I'm going to bring over the camera first so you don't see my messy floor. The boxes may be diminishing in back of me, but that does not mean the stuff has diminished. That just means that the boxes have been opened and shuffled, shall we say. So I've been working very, very hard to get stuff put away and get it, so that it's finding its home where it's going to live, hopefully. So very excited. I will move my mouse out of the way as well. We shouldn't be needing him. All right. And we are zoomed out as we are zoomed out. Okay. I have lots of colors picked out today. I have our set. So it'll be fun to have a play with some colors. Very, very simple to layer up. 4 essential large pieces and a couple little pieces to cover up the arrow there, so nobody knows that we had this help in lining it up. So very, very nice. So I've pulled my ultra sticky mat, and I've got this, of course. Then I've pulled Cosmic Berry, Teal Cave, Citronella, Berrylicious, and Grapevine. And I thought these would be fun to make these trees out of. And I do apologize. I had a question. Does the new pie die set come only in a kit? Yes, that only comes in the kit. The Sweet Harvest, I think it's called. But that's a perfect reason to subscribe and get our fabulous kits. We do have each month a special class for subscribers only, which is very exciting. Love this tree. Is it a stamp and die cut? No, this is just a die. This is all die, my friends. So we're going to die cut this out of different colored cardstocks, and we're going to blend this. So we got some kind of fall-ish colors. I do apologize for this being out of stock at the moment. We pick these, I would say, a month in advance. So, it's sometimes it's hard to know what you guys are going to all grab and take home really quickly, and what you guys may not take as quickly, so that it's in stock. But that's okay. It will be back in stock. So maybe behind the badge can give us an idea of when we could see some more trees in our future. All right, so I'm going to pull this out, and I think I'm just going to cut these in half as well. Yes, that kit is so cute. So cute. Love that kit. Okay, so 5.5, yes, and then 4.25. It was looking weird because I had already used a little bit off it. So I'm going to see if I can use this piece first for my trees, but I do have 2 card panels cut that I can use for those. So we'll go ahead and we'll get these cut. I know this, I love this tree. I love this tree. Anything kind of nature-y. It's the way I get my nature. I don't like the dirt and the bugs and all that stuff. I like to go rides in the car and look at nature, but as far as like laying down in the dirt with it, not so much. My dad got me used to glamping at a very young age. So, and my mother, on my mother's side, my stepfather owned a camp. So we went camping. My dad, we had a pop-up. That's as roughing it as we got was the pop-up tent. So it wasn't really roughing it. Now you may be looking at my colors like, okay, she's got cardstock, but you guys know I'm a firm believer in adding color with ink. So we are going to be ink blending onto these colors. I know they're super vibrant and super fall-y. I really wanted some pinks and some oranges, but alas, I don't know where they are. All of my brushes were found. Oh, no such thing as being late to the party. You're here. That's all that matters. So yeah, I haven't found the cardstock yet. I found some of it, obviously, but yeah, I haven't. My pinks and oranges and yellows are amongst the missing, which kind of makes sense because I stored my cardstock in rainbow order. So it makes sense that those are all together amongst the missing. Okay. So, yep. So one more time, the colors that I have here today. I have Teal Cave. That was the most recent one. Then we had been cutting up some Cosmic Berry right here. Our amazing gals are putting in these behind the scenes there in the chat for you. And then I saw Grapevine was in there. And then we had Berrylicious because, oh, I mean, come on. It's just delicious. And then Citronella. And Citronella may not be what you think of when I say tree trunk. You may not be like, hey, let's pull out Citronella. That may not be the first thing to come across to your mind. But I think we can add some beautiful color with some of the Sicilian amber and the yellow ochre, which I have right here. Okay, so we've got our cardstocks. Okay, got a beautiful array of cardstocks. So we're just going to start doing some cutting. Now I did get the new arm. Oh yes, the Aspen Sky too. Oh yeah, oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I did get the new Spellbinders little handle majiggy there. Now there's only one downside to it is you have to put it off the corner of your desk. So when you're doing lives, I mean, I can move my camera back a little. Sorry, it's at an angle, but if you want to see, okay. It's just a weird angle to try to film. So you're not missing anything exciting. I'm just going to be cutting some pieces here. And I'm not really, I mean, I'm paying attention, but I'm not paying attention. Does that make sense? You know, in crafting, when you're just kind of going with the flow, I'm trying to conserve paper because that is always in my crafting flow. So what we will do, I like to leave it like this though, because if I can squeak one in there on the side, maybe probably not, but yeah, probably not. I'll just have to use another piece. That's okay. We'll try to aim for 2 cards today. That's my normal. Okay. All right. So I'll pop that to the side. And then this gives me a little bit more room on my plate here as well. Okay. And we'll get our tree. And then I'll put this to the side because otherwise I put stuff down on it. Okay. And this one works perfectly right there. Okay. I should have gotten my Big Mama plates out today, but I did not. So we're just going to cut these couple of pieces here. Get those going. Okay. The handle is helpful if you have shoulder issues or hand issues. It is super duper helpful, and I really am enjoying it. It kind of is like, okay, you can do it on the side of your desk and that's it. So that's okay though. All right, so there's piece 1, literally. It's a very good place to start. Then I'm going to pokey out all the stuff in there. I've got my perfect picker. Why? Because it's perfect. It is. Okay. Then just peel this tape back off the paper, right? And it's fine to use again. So let's pick another color for our base tree. Let's go. I keep looking at that. I'm kind of in a love affair with grapevine right now. Please don't tell Rock Collection. Nobody tell Rock Collection. I'm having a secret love affair with grapevine right now. This paper in grapevine, it makes all my senses come to life. It's so beautiful. All right, there we go. We have our trunk, our trunkaroo. Yeah, the heartfelt moments, cards for life's milestones, lots of great card ideas that you would not think of with using a fall themed kit. So definitely a lot of great ideas in there. Some difficult ones to tackle, sympathy and masculine birthdays. I know I hear a lot of folks struggle with. Just trying to be careful. If I rip off some of my twigs here, I'm all right. You know, it's very delicate, and I'm a bull in a china shop. So sometimes that happens. I get a little too excited and I start just ripping it out, ready to go. And if it stays in the die after, it's all right. I'm okay. It's me. It's not the die. I just, it's delicate and I should take my time with it. And instead, I just did it. Instead, I don't. I just am like ripping it out of the piece of paper. Like, come on. Don't you know it's time to craft? It's fun time. Come on. All right. So here we go. Flip that around there. And you guys know we put the plate back on. We turn the handle around. And you shake yourself about. That's called the die cutting hokey pokey. All right. That's not really a thing, but hey, I think we could make it one, right? All right. So I've cut 2 of part 1, so I'm good because we'll make 2 cards today. All right. See, and I could use my pokey tool to get these delicate areas out as opposed to just, bull in china shop kind of thing. They do make it easy. I just sometimes resist the ease. Oh, goodness. I'm live, Amy. Live. And in your craft room. And in your craft room. And in your craft room. Okay, here we go. All right. Eek. See, it's so delicate and gorgeous, but I'm, again, bull china shop. But the good news is it's basically just branches. Branches are all shapes and sizes. So if I rip it, it's okay. At least that's what I tell myself. Okay. And if you think it's not okay, please don't tell me, because I tell myself it is. All right. So I'm sorry it's not the most invigorating of live sessions here, but that's okay. We like to create live because sometimes you guys, while we are creating live and just having a chit chat, as they say, have some fabulous ideas. So I hate to take that away from our time. All right. And then if you haven't seen these, oh, yes, I know. I have to go see Amy. That's one of my crafty goals. I'm going to put it as a crafty goal for 2026, Amy. Go see Amy Rasavi in person. All right. But I think her craft room is going to be so fun. I'm not going to want to leave her craft room because Amy's in her craft room. So it'll be so much fun. Okay. And then now we're going to cut piece 3 and 4. So we've used so far, we have a cosmic berry and we have the teal cave. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of move those over for just a second. And we've used all of our citronella on our tree trunk. So we're going to go with grapevine. Okay. All right. Going to go with grapevine here. And we'll go, we don't need the citronella. We could use the citronella in the tree as well, because you can add other colors to it. So let's try that. Since I'm saying that, let's try that. Okay, just to show you. So you can, because we can color this cardstock. So why don't I give you a gander at it so that maybe you want to try it in your craft room. Oh yeah, snacks, food, couch. She has kiddos to make me laugh. It could be good. I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. I think Amy and I would laugh a lot too, though. I don't know that we'd need help with the laughing. I think there'd be a lot of laughing. So that's what I was going to ask. What colors are you guys up? Oh yeah, it would be complete crafty chaos. This is crafty chaos now. I can't imagine Amy and I in the same, like, even area code of the chaos that would ensue. It would be wild. Wild chaos. There would be crafty gnomes everywhere, stealing everything. What color? You guys were talking about, looking at this. And when you guys were thinking about adding this to your cart, or for those of you that did, do the whole process of adding to cart, getting it home, what colors were you thinking of when you saw this? I would love to know, what tones were you thinking? Were you thinking, are we all in a fall state of mind? Is that where we're all at right now? I think a lot of us are because of our locale, right? But some folks don't get the fall vibes. Every morning I wake up and I have outside my windows beautiful, beautiful trees. And a few months, not even a month, well, probably 4 weeks ago, about, it started betraying me and it started turning colors. Part of it was because we didn't have rain for so long, so it was just dry. But I knew what was coming after. I knew, like, the color change was imminent. So I guess I'm in a fall state of mind, but maybe some folks in different parts of the country are not in such a fall state of mind. So I'd be curious to hear what some other folks may be thinking for colors. Do we have any colors that are not fall? I know tomorrow's supposed to be 80, and I'm like, what? Today is rainy and miserable, and tomorrow is supposed to be 80. So I'm like, all right, Mother Nature, like, not that I need to tell you this, but you do you. Like, you got you do it. You go, girl. Not that she needs to hear that, but all right. I'm just making sure I'm not cutting. Oh, I am cutting the same piece. Okay. So let me flip this around. Oh no, I cut that one out of the brown. Okay. But yeah, if I cut that out of the brown, then that means I would have cut that out of that. Okay. I have to talk to myself. The poor girls that do video editing. I was making videos last night and I was just letting loose, man. I was belting out to Celine Dion. So I've got to apologize to the fabulous Netta. Like, I probably should send her, I don't know, noise canceling headphones that cancel my singing or something. I don't know. I need to send her something because, like, it's bad enough when you sing off key a song, but Celine Dion is especially one that, is pretty rough. Yes, the red. Oh, the red. Nikki Baxley made a card, and literally when I saw it, I'm like, stop right there, because it was so pretty. I'm sure there are more other cards out there that are just stunning, but that was one that crossed my path just, when I was working, and I was just like, I got to make this in all reds. Now, key for me is finding my reds to make it in always. That's step 1. Find lost paper. Step 2, make really pretty card. Well, actually, step 1's kind of find lost paper. Step 2 is find the time to make a pretty card. And then step 3 is, if step 2 is complete, follow to step 3 and make said pretty card. Yes, it was very, very pretty. Yes, I wish I really wanted my pinks for this, but I do have pink inks. So we're going to go a little wild and crazy with some inks here. And I mean, I kind of have like similar tones. You know, I've got my reds and I'm throwing in that teal because why not, right? And if it looks a little hunky monkey, then we're just going to add some color to it. And that's what we're going to do with the citronella. So let's say we all have a stash of stuff, right? We all have stuff. And let's say you have some older stuff that's around and it's not your favorite color of paper. Do you remember those days when you had to get a paper pack and you got like all these colors and you didn't really like half of them? Well, let's say you have that issue and you're trying to get rid of some of that old cardstock that's in your stash. This is a great way to do that because you just add some ink, my friends, and you are set to go. All right, and I have some things stuck in my die because I did not clean it a few times, so I'm just going to poke those out. It is good to clean it every time. Mine were vellum that were stuck in there. So I guess you guys know I used vellum in the class, right? All right, so we're going to poke him down there. And then where's my friend? See how dirty he is? You don't want to put them back dirty. Don't want to do that. Okay, what are we buying more of? I'm in. Let's see. Oh, yes, you find it after I get more. Yes. No, I think I know where it is. So as many of you know, I'm going to become an ukme, which in my native language is grandmother. And so my son is rather busy, shall we say. We just had the baby shower a couple of weekends ago. And I'm going through a few health concerns at the moment that makes moving boxes and bending over and the like extremely difficult. So I can't do it by myself, but I think I know where it is. I just need somebody to come get it. So I have a crawl space in back of my office, which is awesome because I have more space I can hide stuff. That, you know, it's all that stuff from like the 90s that you're like, you should really get rid of that. And you're like, well, if I had the space. So now I'm like, do I get rid of it? You know, kind of thing. And, oh, thank you very much, Kathy. Yes, I'm very excited. Her name is going to be Beatrice Margaret Scott. That will be her name. Not her last name's not in there. So I didn't reveal anything. Those are all her other names. So yeah, so I'm very excited. She's due end of October and first time here. So, but anyway, so, you know, my son, you know, I feel bad asking him to help out with anything because, you know, they're getting ready and putting baby furniture together. And because I have some baby furniture here, you know, I got to have him come down and put together as well. So I'm kind of flying solo at the moment and I can't bend over, so to speak. So it complicates things a little. So I think I know where the paper is. I just got to find somebody that is bendy. Not even really that bendy, just doesn't have vertigo. Okay. So there we go. I got that. I'm just going to wiggle. I'm always afraid I'm throwing away some little piece I'm not supposed to. So I have this little pile of pieces that we've all been there, right, my friends? We've all been there. You're like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have thrown that away. Okay. And then this one too has a few pokey pieces. And then we're just going to ink blend, guys. We're going to have fun. Oh, I'm so excited to be an ukme. You know, I'm going to be the fun ukme that doesn't say no. Like when she wants coffee right before I send her home, or chocolate, or she wants to stay up all night and watch scary movies. And then she goes home and she wakes her parents up. All those things. I'm excited for all of them. I'm going to spoil her rotten. I'm all ready. I'm ready. All right. So first, I think what I'm going to do, I kind of am planning my attack here. Not that the trees really need an attack, but I think I'm going to put this over here just for my ink blending kind of attack. So this, I think, is going to be my browns, and then this will be my reds. And I don't know where this is going to all play into it. We'll figure that out. Okay, so this one, because this is part of my tree, right? I'm going to be using oranges on there. I might pull in maybe like the Berrylicious or something. I also pulled acai berry. Love that. Raspberry Sunset I pulled. So let's have some funsies. I'm going to be using my micro brushes today. Let's see. Okay, so that's a red, and I'm not too worried about the color. I'll pull this orangey one. So let's go in with Golden Honeycomb first. Okay, and this, there's no rhyme or reason to this. And when I say that about my blending, like I'm not even thinking, I'm just talking and blending. And that's when you're like, Bridget, not to be rude, but how is that different from any other day? It's really not. I'm just talking and blending. Oh, goodness. Okay, so then Amber Blaze, that's a Golden Honeycomb. Look how gorgeous that is on. Let me just pick this up so I don't zoom in, zoom out. Look how gorgeous. You can just see. And this is going to lighten, right? Because the inks are working very busy now to dye this paper. So I'm coming in. Now, I did mention this. I like to use these open spaces as areas that I can add my color inside the tree. Okay. So, because otherwise you're always coming in from the outside, right? And that's not bad. I just don't always want to come in from the outside. So I use these kind of little lakes in the tree, which, you know, are the leaves. These opening areas kind of to help with my blending. So we've got that so far. And I can zoom in a little. I just don't want to get you too close where you're like, oh, goodness, those are leaves. All right. And then my sticky mat really likes Amber Blaze and does not want to give it up. Okay. And then melted butterscotch. So this one's darker. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of go probably around the edges. You know, like how we used to use tea dye when I remember my cousin and I remember in the 9th grade, we won't talk about what year that was, but my cousin and I, we were dyeing parchment paper. We made scrolls for her history project, and we were using actual tea bags to dye the paper with. All right, and I am going to go darker down in here because as you know, I love dimension. I love a dark color. So I'm having a good time with this color here. This is so pretty. Now, I have to ask you, would you guys have guessed this was citronella cardstock by the time I'm done with it? Probably not, right? Now, if those really light areas are bothering you and you're like, I don't know about this, girlfriend, I can tell it's citronella. Yep, right there, because yeah, you didn't blend it. You can blend those more. But for me, I'm super duper happy living right here. So happy with this. So happy. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Then let's come in. I'm not going to clean up that ink I just used. Not going to clean it. I'm going to put my little tree trunks down here. Go out a little bit. Out a little bit. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to come in with yellow ochre. Okay. And these are my just generic blending tools. So I'm grabbing something that looks yellowish brownish. I do want to get these organized. So I have a big and a little for each, like, you know, a yellow and then like a lighter tones and mid tones, darker tones, and all that. So I will work on that. All right. So I'm going ahead. And I'm not being perfect with this either. I want some imperfect spots. Okay. I literally am just, as I say, having a play. Because I think it's important in life to have a play, not have a goal, not have any expectations of what your project is going to look like. That's what having a play is. I get asked that question a lot. What do you mean have a play? I mean, sit down like when we were children and enjoy yourself, enjoy your craft, enjoy your time that you get with this. And then now I'm coming in. Now I'm being a bit more focused. Okay, I just want this Sicilian amber over on this side of the tree. You can put it some in your branches. Okay, but I want it really dark. See how nice? Look at that. Again, would you think that these were the two same colors of cardstock? I wouldn't. I would not think this was the same kind of cut. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, come on. Come on. Gorgeous. These inks. Thank you, Altenew. Thank you for all of it, Altenew, because you know what? I always say Altenew makes us look good. So this one, I'm blending my tree just a little bit different. This time I'm going on the bottom. So I really liked how that side tree came out. So I'm blending it so that it's the underneath is darker. Okay. Oh, I really like that one. That's my favorite. I don't want to cover it up. I love it. Love it. So see, that's the great thing. So now if you start from white cardstock, can you achieve this? Absolutely. It's going to take a little bit more work on your part. Just looking for my whites here. I'll have these in my life more too coming soon for very different reasons. Oh, I'll appreciate that, using them for stamping, huh? So yeah, so that's the thing is, can you build that color from white cardstock? Sure, you can. You have to work harder, okay? And because you already have this base, you have a starting point, right? You have a tone that you thought would look nice on your project, and so you're building on that tone to build it up, okay? And I will just show you like one thing. Well, let's build our tree first. Let's get this going here. Okay. Now let's do all of these. Okay. Make sure you pop out all of your insides, because remember, some of our blending really started to take form on the insides, right? Now, if it's important to you, you can place this in the direction it's going. So you can match. Okay, so my arrow is going up. I'm impartial. I'm like, whatever. No bigs. No bigs, as you may have guessed. I'm super, oh, there we go. I'm super kind of nonchalant about it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm always super nonchalant about it. But in this instance, I'm pretty nonchalant about it. So see, I knew I shouldn't throw that piece away. I got it. So my being a little pack rat saved the day. All right, so we're going to move the teals up there for a second. So these are what I picked. I have Berrylicious, Cosmic Berry, Raspberry Sunset, Acai Berry, and I got some Rubellite too. I think that was just on my desk from a project from last night. I have some flowers I'm working on. Excellent. All right, so Berrylicious might be too light for what we're working on. We do have the Berrylicious cardstock over here. So let's give it the old whirl-a-roo, okay, as we call it. So let's come over. All right, yeah, nope, that's working. That's adding some color in there. Okay, so I'm just, again, no conscious effort really on my part. I'm just having a blend and seeing what I like. What do I want to change? Where do I want to add some color? Okay, let's see how it does on the grapevine. Okay, it's giving me a darker, almost like I put black ink on the grapevine. And so I'm really liking that kind of vibe. I don't know how much it will stay, right? Because once it's done dyeing the cardstock, because it's a dye ink, it may kind of go away. So I'm putting it on very heavy, and I'm not going to rely on this color. But my feeling is the more colors you can use to build, why not? Okay. This is really pretty on the Cosmic Berry. It's creating this really, look at that color. I don't even know what color that is. It almost reminds me from the Sugar Plums family. It's really pretty. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of blend this around because remember, this is our first layer. So honestly, not a lot of it's going to be shown. We're going to cover up quite a bit of it, but we can kind of blend through. And on this one, you could even use a small blending tool. You want to pull out your large, get a nice color across it. And then I'm just going to try to blend up top so I get a nice smooth blend. This will smooth out as it dries. Okay, this little piece that looks like a dinosaur, I'm going to add some on there. Both of them. Oh, I love what this is doing. Oh, I'm so glad I tried this. I almost didn't because I thought, oh, it won't do anything to the grapevine. Now, if you want to test a color, okay, don't waste another piece of cardstock. You can take your, like I had this piece here left over, and you can see what it's going to do, okay? So this is going to really, it's showing that beautiful color, and it's showing it nicely on there, all right? So if you would like to, you don't have to. I'm going to go a little wild. Okay, and I'm going to add some to this. And if it gets on my piece underneath, I'm okay. No mistakes in this game, my friends. Just lots of fun and beautifulness. Because remember, piece one is going to be covered up. And we're going to add something else to it if time permits, which I'm hoping it does. I have a plan now. An evil master plan for a beautiful tree. Ho, ho, ho. All right. I never get to do my scary voice. Thank you for letting me do my scary voice today. All right. So there we go. And you're like, wait, girlfriend, I've lost my tree. It was so pretty. It was teal and it was pretty. Don't worry. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I promise. I promise, my friends. I promise. Okay, moving on. Now, looking at these, okay, so we got different colors. I'm going to go with the acai berry because that's looking like the darkest to me. Okay. So I'm going to go with that. Hi, Debbie. Hello. All right, so here we go. See, the other color, my Berrylicious had kind of all gone. So I'm coming in hot with the acai berry because it's such a pretty bold color and I want that. All right. Okay, I'm really liking how this is looking. All right, so we're going to go in and I'm going to do this to all of them. Now, if the acai berry is not dark enough for you and you would like more of that look, you can always go ahead and get out your black ink pad, friends. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's going to look beautiful. Don't panic. Start slowly, add slowly, but seriously, black ink is a life changer on ink blending. I know it's a little terrifying because it is so dark, but that's okay. That's okay. Just take a deep breath and apply the ink, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It will be gorgeous. And again, the key, I think, to this as well is making sure that you're adding color in different places So you don't want to go, I mean, if you're making a card set and you want them to mimic each other, that's fine. That's great. But if you want, or you want a card set and you want them all different, this is how you do that. You don't pay attention to where you're ink blending. So it's harder than you think, because you might be like, oh, I'm not going to add, oh, but I really like the look on that one. So it might be harder. So I'm not even looking at my other layers. I don't know what's happening with them. Okay. I am going to grab a small tool. Now I know where in my drawer where it is. And I'm going to grab this ready purpley one here. Okay. And I'm just going to go lightly, just so I blend that color back. Okay, so I'm just going over the whole thing. I don't want to lose that kind of cosmic berry that I have in the cardstock, but I really, really want to define. I really want these layers to kind of stick out and do their thing. All right, and I'm running out of time. Say it isn't so. No. Okay, we have a thing here. Say it isn't so, Joe. All right. Okay, I'm just going to do this on a piece of cardstock so I don't have to waste time cleaning my, that's my general attitude. Waste time cleaning my mat. All right, so we're going to go in with Mystic Lake. Don't know that it's going to make a big difference, right? I'm going to lay it over some of the purple. Now, this is the other thing you can do with this. I don't know if you guys have thought of this. You could cut this out of our masking paper and you could ink blend the whole tree. Okay, just layer it on top as you would the die, except it's masking paper, and you ink it. So hopefully that makes sense. And this one, I kind of don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I like that layer, but let's grab the teal blending tool since we have the drawer open and I know where they are. Okay, we're going to calm down that teal cave just a little bit. Okay, the color, the brightness. I love the purple, kind of black and teal colors. This is really, I feel like it's alcohol inks almost, because it's so pretty. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to do with you guys, I'm going to need something. Let me grab it from over here. I added this at the last minute, and I'll scare you guys if I show you what it is right off. So I'll show you in just a second what I grabbed. Let's see. Can you guys guess what I just grabbed out of my craft room that might scare you? All right, here we go. So look at this. Now look how dark those were, and they've set back. Okay. Now what I can do is, I don't want to put them back on my mat because I have other colors on there. Hi, Patrick. Patrick is trying to climb up me. So I think he's actually pulling my shorts off. Oh, goodness. Yikes. Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me get dressed. Okay, there we go. He wants to come say hello. He loves winter because he tries to climb up my pajama legs. But in the summer, it's just legs. And that's a little painful. So I lost some of that color. Now you have options. You can go to a darker color. Or you can add more ink. Yes. Add more ink, right? Right? That's always the answer. Okay. But that's the great thing, is that with ink blending, I don't want to say you can never add too much ink, but it's hard to add, because the color you achieve when you first blend it is going to go into the paper. So you want to get it to where you like it and then put just a little bit more. Just a little more. Then you can get what you like. All right. And then I have a trick we're going to do on this as well. Okay. All right. Woo-hoo! All right. Let's put our trees together. Start your tree making engines. All right. Here we go. Okay. Oh, look at these pieces, you guys. Oh my God, look at this one. That one came out so pretty. Love, love, love. I love this. I think that, oh, I don't know. I can't pick one. I can't pick one. Okay, here we go. Let's build this. If you build it, the leaves will come. All right. I remember that. It was like a sandwich commercial here. Oh, sugar plums. Sugar plums. Silly, silly girl. I have to do it this way. Sugar the plum, sugar the plums. All right, here we go. No more sugar the plums. We're all set. We got that there. Okay, there we go. Now, when I make my trees, I do not glue down all the branches because we're going to put many layers on top, right? A. B, I want them, if they're available to be mobile or to look like they're in the breeze, I want them to be. So I just let them hang out and do their own thing. So I think that would be very pretty if that was the end of our tree, but it's not. So now we have tough decisions. Okay, so we're on piece 3. I could go with a Nikki Baxley tree, I'm going to call it. And I think I am going to do just that. I love the teals with the orange there. And I do want to make a red tree. So this could make one of my crafting dreams come true because I've got my reddish tree. And for folks that may not have used this, no worries if you are like, how is she layering that together? I don't see how that goes. There are arrows on here that help you align it. All right, then I'm just going to put dotted glue back here, dotted glue over to the side. Okay, you don't need to put all the glue, all the things. Do you see why I was saying as well that a lot of the branches, and we didn't really have to worry too much about the blending on the first thing there because it was going to get covered up? That's why. So that's why I wasn't too particular about my blending. So I'm just going to kind of add dots of glue here, there, over the river, through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. Pretty soon that'll be me. But it will be Ookme. Ookme's house. I figure she's probably going to say my name first. Not really, but she'll sneeze and do like, Ookme. And I'll be like, oh, there she said my name. She loves Ookme. She's Ookme's girl. All right. Actually, the full term is Nookamus in my family, but in our language. But yes, Nancy, you do. But Ookme is a nickname, I guess you would say. Oh my gosh. I mean, come on. Come on, you guys. Come on. The gorgeousness. Can you even begin to say how fabulous this die set is? All right, and I have some little pokey holes. I didn't worry too much about them before because like they weren't areas I was going to blend in with my brush, right? Okay. Doop ba doop ba doo boop 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 ba doobie doo boop boo doop boop boop ba doo boop a doo boop a doobie scoobity doop boop ba doobie. All right, I need like gluing music. Do boo do 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 boop boo doop. I usually have a little boogie when I'm gluing. Get my groove down. All right. Okay. I'm gonna get this. Now, I'm also going to tell you another secret. I don't worry about getting this lined up because you know what? It does. It lines up. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Easy to do. Do I worry about it? No. You know why? Because it looks so beautiful. Any way you go with this, it is just stunning. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to panic and be like, oh no, this leaf didn't line up perfectly right here. Nope, not going to panic. I know that shocks you guys, but you know, there's so many things that we can panic about and they actually need panic that if my leaves don't line up, I'm not going to panic. And then this cute little dinosaur, he goes right in here and he covers up the arrow. And he's just a cute little dinosaur. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo-doo-boo-boo. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. And this, we did, hang on to the thoughts of the glue. Hang on to that. So pretty. This is a similar to Maine tree, but see, by adding that ink, look, I have a deep purpley teal over here. I have that original teal color in the center. Here I have a different teal color. Up here, it's almost a night blue. So many different colors just because we ink blended. And look at this fella. I mean, seriously. Oh, that's why my thing is shiny. Okay, I just figured it out. I love it when you don't need a pencil and a pen to figure it out. I figured it out without a pencil and a pen. I figured it out. My desk is shiny and now I know why. Oh, I thought that piece of paper was a smart idea. I got a new backdrop, as you can see, for filming and lives. Because we heard that the lines on the mats could be distracting, so got a new mat. So hopefully it's less distracting. There's really no design to it, which is kind of cool because it's concrete. All right. And again, this one's a little more persnickety, but I'm not worried about it because if it doesn't all glue flat down, it's okay. It means there's more dimension in my tree, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. Okay. And this one's off kilter, but you know what? I love it. I love it. I know you guys are shocked. I love something off kilter. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. You know how you go through a period as a crafter where you make something, you're like, oh, it's nice. It's nice. It's good. It's all right. It's a project. I made it. I did a thing. But then you make one and you're like, I did a thing. This is that moment for me. I did a thing, my friends. Oh, goodness. How did I put this on the other way? Okay, this way. This way. This way. Oh, it's because my tree was crooked. That's okay, though. I'm just going to go with it. All right. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. I figured it out. See, I shouldn't have bragged about figuring it out because now I can't figure it out. I put it crooked. Now I can't figure it out. All right. Okay. You know what? Maybe this tree isn't going to have this piece. I don't know what I did. Okay. Oh, it's right here, I think. All right. Hold the phone. If the phone is for me, hold it. There we go. Oh my goodness. I got so excited. I couldn't even think. Does that happen to you guys? All right. I got to put the piece on my little dinosaur to cover it all up so nobody knows. Nobody knows. Actually, I know a song that's the other way. It's everybody knows when the dice are loaded. Everybody rolls with their fingers crossed. Okay. Okay. Ha ha. Check that out. Okay, what do we think? What do we think? Woo! Okay, very cool. Now, very pretty, right? So far, very pretty. And I think, since we have pieces cut, you can bring it over and you can put on here. I think it would equally look as nice, on this here. That does kind of go in. So you may want to make like a ground behind you. And honestly, you can make a ground really easily. So here's a trick I'm going to show you. And it's a trick I just thought of. So I'm kind of impressed. I didn't plan this any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Let's just take a piece of paper so I protect my work surface here. All right. So we're gonna make some grass here. I'm gonna tuck that in. All right. We're gonna get that, and we're gonna get our green blending tool. So I'll turn my back for un momento, por favor. Okay, gonna come in. We're carefully gonna blend. Okay. Maybe this is the hillside. Okay, now that I've got my outline, then I can kind of come in. Okay, so I've got that. Let's see what it looks like over here. Nope, nothing was die cut out of white today. Everything was out of colored cardstock. Okay, let's see how this looks. Oh, this is going to match our total vibe here. This is kind of a tree at night in the forest. If I was going to name my piece here, tree at night in forest. That's what I'm calling this piece. Now, what you can do as well, okay, so this would work in a couple of ways. So let's say you want to make it look like your tree has like coverage over it. You could do this and then put your tree and it looks like a tree is in the background, okay? Or what you could do as well is if you want to do the tree in the background thing, okay, you could do this. This is what I would do if you want to do the tree in the background thing and not the ground. I would separate it so that it's easier for the eye. And if you just lift this piece of paper up and put those little pieces behind it, you won't get that blockage or that, stenciled. People won't know. Okay. All right. So if you want the more kind of a tree behind the tree look, I would suggest that because it looks like you have a tree behind you, kind of. You got those hanging down there. Here, I'm going to use it for the ground, but again, you could use it as cover. If you're going to use this as a tree on here, what you would want to do is that old trick, right, of making kind of like a hill. What you could do, if you want to do that, is you could make like the ground, and this is where your tree is going to sit in this cut. So use your paper scraps that are on your desk. They're super, super helpful. Oh, Therese. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. With snow. Yes. And if you cut it out with that, you could even, if you wanted to cut some little circles with the nesting circles dies, you could go ahead, do that, put them on. They could look like apples. So you could do that. You could do little orange if you want to make it look like peaches. It's okay. So I was going to use this one. I just wanted to show you this one. Okay. So if I'm going to set this down on my ground, right? So that gives me a ground. And then this one gives me a ground also. So there's my grass there. So I went, nobody guessed that I went and got a glove. And you may be like, whoa, why are we getting gloves out? What's going on? What's happening? What did I miss? All right, here we go. So I don't like to get my fingers dirty. Ink is fine, but pastes and the like, I'm not a big fan of getting just a tactile thing for me. So I'm just going to put a very little bit, just going to dip my glove in there. Okay. And I've got it on a piece of paper. Okay. So I'm not applying it. Whoops. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay. So I'm not applying it like any specific way, and I'm not like coating it. So there we go. I get my gloves when I go to the doctor's. When they make me wait past 5 minutes, I get gloves. So see how pretty that is? See just the touch that it adds. So just a little bit. This one I probably would do like a silver. I think that would be that. Yes, I'm the same. I'm the same. I never made mud pies. I use spoons if I did. Like I never would touch anything. It's a tactile thing. I don't like my fingers feeling like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, so gloves, or if you have a sponge dauber, you could do it. But you want something, because see, it's not coated. It's just that impression. You could do it with paper towel, something like that. So just a little bit extra that, because if you put the cardstock, if you use, because we have beautiful gold cardstocks and copper, great for this time of year. And if you use those, right, you're going to get the gold all throughout, but I don't want the gold all throughout. So here we have, you could, either way, your tree could be between a shrub, little shrubs, if you wanted to do that. So you can put your tree between little shrubs, or you can have where your tree, there's maybe some little bushes going up in the background behind your tree. And then whatever sentiment you are needing at the moment, please add that to your beautiful tree. Lots of wonderful fall ones coming out there. Oh, good. So Carrie will get dirty for us. She makes the mud pies. Yes. It's always good to know somebody that's willing to get messy and make the mud pies for you, right? Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had so much fun. I have to tell you, I don't know if you get this as well, but sometimes when you're crafting and you're alone, the ideas don't come. But coming with you guys and crafting, I always have so many ideas. I need these to be like 90 to 120 minutes of crafting with you, because we just get going at like 60 minutes, don't we, you guys? We have so many ideas in such little time, my friends. But I always look forward to the next time. I believe next time I see you, I have a special friend joining me. So many special friends in this wonderful community that love to craft. So wonderful to have friends over to craft virtually. It's great. Thank you so much for stopping in today and having a play with us, because that's what we did, friends. We didn't have a plan. We had a play. Make sure to look at your scraps in new ways. And if you're interested in this beautiful tree, make sure you go to the website and click notify me, because we'll tell you before we tell everybody else if you're on the list to get notified for it. So little thing that's good to know is we send those out that it's in stock, and then we tell others. We'll send out a newsletter and let folks know it's in stock. So make sure to check that box there. Thank you for my wonderful wings behind the badge. As always, anticipating where I'm going before I get there, which is fabulous. Thank you so much, you guys. And thank you too for all of us at Altenew. Thank you so much for allowing us to help you craft your life. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye, friends. Have a wonderful weekend.